Well, good morning, everybody. Good morning. We are out doing an episode of Historical Markers, and we are in Howell County, Missouri. And it is a beautiful day. So join with us as we find out what kind of history that Powell County has to offer us as we look around for these markers. All right, we are at the West Plains at the courthouse. It's Howell County Courthouse. Civil War Skirmish, 1862, West Plains, Missouri. The only confrontation between Union and Confederate regulars in Howell County occurred at this site on February 19, 1862. Combined forces of Colonel Woods's 6th Missouri and Major Drake's 3rd Iowa Cavalries, seeking to locate and engage Confederate Colonel Coleman, surrounded the town, which population was 150, at 3:00 p.m. and opened fire with small arms and a mountain howitzer. Coleman and his cavalry were absent, and Confederate resistance was only brief. The Union forces suffered no casualties. 6 of the Confederate infantry were killed, 8 were wounded, and 40 were taken prisoner. 60 stands of arms, 40 horses, and several wagons were captured as a result of this skirmish. West Plains was completely burned by guerrillas in 1863. And these is put up by the judges of the Howell County Court, 1976. Okay, still on the grounds of the Howell County Courthouse here in West Plains, Missouri. Beneath this marker is a time capsule buried December 17, 1976 at 2:00 p.m. by the West Plains Bicentennial 1976 Steering Committee, to be disinterred July 4, 2076 by the Howell County Court. All right, we are at the Powell County Courthouse in West Plains, Missouri, and this marker is in memory of 6 Confederate soldiers who died here during the Battle of West Plains, February 19, 1862. It was dedicated by Colonel John R. Woodside, Camp Number 203, Sons of Confederate Veterans, February 19, 2012. We are in West Plains, Missouri, and I think at one time this was a post office. It's being used as other things, but we are here for this sign. This bush is pretty big. It says, there's the sign, sorry. Beneath this building, still flowing, is the spring around which the early Indian tribes camped. The first known white man to claim land in the immediate vicinity of the spring was a hunter named Adams. In 1839, Adams sold his claim to Josiah Howell, who established the first permanent settlement, which became West Plains. County lines were defined in 1848, and the first post office was established. In 1857, the county seat was established at West Plains, and in 1860, the first courthouse was built. There were 150 people in West Plains. So, here we go. I see if we can look around and there we go. Historic post office. Not sure when they moved out. We are in West Plains, Missouri, and we are here looking at this Masonic temple. And there is a plaque up on here by the door that it's the National Register of Historic Places plaque. And that's what we're here for today. This property has been placed on the National Register of Historic Places by the United States Department of the Interior. So there we go. All right, we are in Howell County at the West Plains Welcome Center here. And our marker is about West Plains, judicial seat of Howell County and one of Missouri's livestock marketing centers. West Plains was founded in 1850 when a post office was opened in the home of Josephus Howell. Named for its location on the open plains west of Thomasville, the nearest town, West Plains became the seat of Howell County. Organized in 1857, Tennessean Josiah Howell, first permanent settler here in 1839, and Thomas J. Howell, state legislator from Oregon County, are said to be honored by the county name. In the Civil War, West Plains and Howell County were ravaged by foraging troops and raiding bands. Confederate volunteers escaped encircling Union troops here February 19, 1862, after a skirmish. West Plains was burned by raiders in 1863 and remained uninhabited until the close of the war. West Plains, resettled in 1865, had 150 population by 1870. Growth as marketing and trade center began in 1883 with the coming of the Kansas City, Springfield, and Memphis Railroad, Frisco. West Plains College, 1890 to 1904, was a well-known school. Today's courthouse, the fourth, dates from 1936. We're going to go to the other side. City of diversified industries and trade center for a wide area of Missouri's South Ozarks. West Plains is in territory ceded by the Osage tribes in 1808 and visited by the Shawnee and Delaware Indians into the 1840s. North and south in the county ran an ancient Indian trail. More than 1,000 prehistoric mounds remain in the area. Howell County, now devoted to livestock, dairy, poultry, grain, and fruit farming, is also an iron and lumber producer. Willow Springs, northwest, is a lumber, dairy, and poultry marketing town, founded in the 1880s on the railroad. Among other towns in the county is Mountain View, a post-Civil War lumbering town. Part of Howell County lies in Mark Twain National Forest. Alice Carey, farmer, Risley, 1847 to 1939, Civil War nurse, came to West Plains 1873. The Missouri Ladies of the GAR have placed a memorial marker at her grave here in Oaklawn Cemetery. J.L. Torrey, 1852 to 1920, Spanish-American war colonel who organized Wyoming cowboys into a cavalry regiment, came to Howell County in 1905 and developed noted Fruitville Farms. All right, we are here at the West Plains Visitor Center, and apparently this is the home of Porter Wagoner. And if you're too young to know who that is, Google it. This is a replica of Porter Wagoner's guitar. Here. It was carved out. Said Porter Wagoner's guitar, dedicated August 28th, 2024. Sculpture by Jason Morton of Eagle Ridge Chainsaw Carvings, inspired by the guitar designed by Greg Rich for Porter Wagoner, which appeared on the cover of his final studio album, Wagon Master. Porter, who was born on a small farm south of West Plains on August 12, 1927, was a legendary country music artist. He had a long-running television show where he introduced Dolly Parton to the world and was a member of the Grand Ole Opry from 1957 until his death in 2007. We are still here at the Visitor Center in West Plains, Missouri, and here is another beautiful carving for let's see, baseball greats of West Plains. Says dedicated November 6th, 2024. Sculpture by Jason Morton of Eagle Ridge Chainsaw Carvings, honoring the Major League Baseball players who have made West Plains their home. Elwyn Preacher Rowe and Bill Verdon and Ted Gulick. So let's see if I can go get around here so you can see how awesome this is. There's Preacher Rowe, Dodger. Alright, looks like that's the basis of the carving. here is Bill Verdon. Again, I've lost it. There we go. My glasses get dark and then it's dark and so there he was, a Pittsburgh Pirate, looks to be like. So all right, that is really cool. All right, we are outside of West Plains, Missouri, just on the edge of town, to the Sadie Brown Cemetery. And this Legends and Lore marker says, Sadie Brown, cemetery named for Reverend S.L. Sadie Brown. Longtime area residents say life is a journey from downtown to Sadie Brown. There we go. Well, there you go, guys. That was Howell County, Missouri. I hope you learned something. I know I did. And just continue to join us as we go around our part of the country, our other places that we visit, and we see what history has to offer, county by county. Stay tuned to more episodes of Historic Markers.